Hey guys, CRU Productions back at it again. A little bit under the weather today. I've been sick for the past few days. However, I was able to make it out to Target today and found what I believe are the other two of the Wave 2 Hasbro Beyblade X releases. The first two that I got earlier this week, this yellow Scythe and Savage Bear, have their boxes down here. I'll go ahead and remove them now. But today I was able to find the two I've been looking for, Sting Unicorn and Roar Tyranno. Very excited to get into these. First, we're going to start with Sting Unicorn. Go ahead and look. I believe this is supposed to be an anime accurate representation of Sting Unicorn. We get the 560 ratchet and the gear point bit. Turn around the box. There's our steps. And then let's look at Roar Tyranno. Sort of a retool of Soar Phoenix or Phoenix Wing. We get another 960 ratchet and gear flat, which is the primary reason I wanted to get this, was definitely to have another 960. From what I understand, the weight is not too far off of Phoenix Wing for this. It has a unique shape that we'll get into later that enables this to be relatively useful for competitive combos just like Phoenix Wing. So let's go ahead and open up Sting Unicorn to show you guys what we're looking at. Let's go ahead and look at the Unicorn Sting blade. This is another competitive blade, well balanced, but it does have an asymmetrical design despite that balance. Off to the side we have a nice aggressive wing on this side and a more smoother wing on this side. Great for endurance / stamina, but with this aggressive side and these two larger gaps you do get sort of a counter attack, which is awesome to see. We get this nice cyan translucent 560 ratchet. I do like that. Let's take a look at our gear point bit. So like point has that little spike right at the middle, which allows it to be stationary, but when knocked off balance, it'll use this flat edge and move aggressively. And with the gears, you're supposed to hit the X rail harder, faster, and use the X rail to its advantage, much like gear flat. Here's our assembled blade. Unicorn Sting, 560 gear point. I do like the colors a lot. Very calming. Love the aggressive unicorn motif there in the middle. I'm glad that we got the name Unicorn this time in the States instead of Striker, though I would have been nostalgic if they did call us Striker. Let's go ahead and give this a test launch. See what it's like. Try to get it stationary first. As you can see, stationary. We'll test it with the battle with the Roar Tyranno and try to get it knocked off balance. So let's go ahead and get into the Roar Tyranno section of the unboxing. Let's go ahead, take a look at the Roar Tyranno blade. You get a not translucent, a solid blue with the Tyranno motif in the center. You get a nice aggressive three-wing design. As you can see, there's like a Tyrannosaurus head here, faintly with the snout, teeth, so that's cool. That persists across all 3 points of the blade. They're not necessarily similar besides the three-wing aspect, but if you look closer you can see that the plastic pieces are the same. Let's flip it around, try to get a look at that. Match up here. So you can see the same shape. And honestly, the weight isn't too far off, so I wish I had a scale that went to milligrams so we could actually test that, but overall, very happy with that. Taking a look at our blue and white 960 ratchet. I will admit I'm not a fan of the solid white plastic for the ratchet. I wish it was that sort of translucent white, but can't complain about having another 960. And let's look at our blue gear flat bit. Nothing new there, just another gear flat. But if you lose your color, this is definitely preferential. And this offers you a cheaper alternative to getting 960 in gear flat and a similar performing Beyblade to Phoenix Wing, because this runs for $19.99 with the string launcher. But for just $7.99, if you don't need the string launcher, you get Roar Tyranno. It's not going to be one-to-one performing, but at the very least you do get that 960 ratchet and a gear flat bit if you're into the combinations that use gear flat. So let's go ahead and battle Unicorn Sting with Roar Tyranno. So we're going to conduct our battle with Unicorn Sting or Tyranno, see how they fight against each other. Both stock for stock. We'll launch Unicorn Sting first, get it stationary in the middle. We're going to get a nice, loud, aggressive launch with Roar Tyranno. Gear point not doing too much, but there it does go into a sort of an X dash. But it does outspin Gear flat. Gear flat does have low stamina. Gear point, obviously lower stamina than regular point. But interestingly enough, it does manage to outspin it. Gear point does have decent stamina despite the gears. You can see the point does stick out, so it should be working, but maybe I'm just not good enough. Overall, out of all 4 boosters, these are definitely the 2 that I wanted the most. I know, hard to hold in just the 2 hands here, folks. Savage Bear. I did make YouTube short for Savage Bear and Scythe and Savage Bear. I'm not a big fan of the rhino horn deviations, sorry. Just not my cup of tea. Like, they're compact, but I find them relatively useless. It's always good to have another Scythe and Savage Bear. Nothing wrong with that. Roar Tyranno, aesthetically speaking, is not my favorite Beyblade, but like I said, it is a useful alternative to Phoenix Wing. I would recommend picking this one up, but of course, my number 1 would be Unicorn Sting. I love the colors, I love the aesthetics. I love that sort of purplish pink on the bit, even if I don't necessarily like gear point completely myself, but 560 is another useful competitive ratchet, Unicorn Sting, a competitive blade. Highly recommend getting this purchase if you guys happen to find it. Hopefully I do find the Wave 2 starters and dual packs soon in stores. Very excited to get into those. So if you guys want to see anything else, like this video, drop a comment, and let me know what your favorite Hasbro Beyblade Wave 2 product is that you either have found, or if you're wanting to get one, what is the one that you want the most? And then subscribe to my channel if you want to see more unboxings, more Beyblade battles. I haven't done a Beyblade battle in a few weeks, but been finding a lot of stuff in the store, so I've been wanting to get that out first. And yeah, share with your friends. Let me know what you guys think. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.